This week on Talking Pictures, I sit down with comedy veterans Ken Marino and David Wain. These longtime collaborators discuss their latest film, Gail Daughtry, reflect on their years working together, and look back on a career that gave us such indie classics as Wet Hot American Summer, Wanderlust, and Role Models. They discuss their unique creative process and how they've managed to stay funny and relevant for decades. It's an entertaining and revealing conversation coming up. I'm Neil Rosen, and welcome to Talking Pictures. Ken Marino and David Wain have been writing, directing, and acting in hit indie comedies that have been making audiences laugh for more than 3 decades. Their latest movie is Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Past, a sharp comedy about fame, fantasy, and relationships. The film not only boasts a star-studded cast, but also features a ton of surprise A-list celebrity cameos. Ken and David join me to discuss their new movie, their career, as well as the secrets behind their enduring friendship and creative partnership. All right, you guys have been working together for over 30 years. You met on the first day of college, I believe, at NYU. Is that true? And was there instant chemistry?
Yes. We were in the dorm. My friend that I grew up with, Craig, who actually has then gone on to become the composer of all of our movies, we were roommates. And our third roommate was Ken's guy he knew from high school. And so we met the first day.
Yeah, I came down to visit my buddy from high school and then wound up meeting David and Craig. And then David and Craig and I have been friends ever since.
But there was like the moment you guys met each other? I mean, was it like bang or?
It was one of those things, I think, when you meet somebody, when you're hoping to kind of meet like-minded people who like you have an easy kind of chemistry with. It was one of those moments. Like we met and we're like, oh yeah, I can hang out.
Yeah.
This is who I want to hang out with. In fact,
and very quickly we started doing creative stuff together. I mean, we started working in our sketch group, The State.
Tell me about The State. How did that come about?
The State was a sketch comedy group. David, at the time when we were in college, David was in a sketch comedy group that was founded by Mo Willems, the
big children's book author now.
Wrote, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus and Piggy and Elephant. And they had a sketch group. And then there was a guy, Todd Hollebeck, who was in that group along with David, who wanted to break off and start a new group. And so he did. And that became The State. A lot of the members of The State, Tom Lennon and Kerry Kenny, Joe Latrulio,
Michael Black, Michael Showalter.
Yeah. And then what happened was, and I was in it, and David saw our group and liked our group so much that he finagled his way into our group and quit the other group.
Good move. Thank you.
Come on, Ken, it's the end of the month. We need the money for the rent. Quarantine or not, there's no rent freeze, and landlords need their money. Where's the money?
I'm sorry, Dave. I spent it all on pasta. As soon as I finish Lysoling all the groceries, I'm gonna make a big tomato sauce.
Aw, I would help you with that, Ken, but I'm busy sewing masks out of these pretty curtain patterns from the apartment.
Fine. I'm going to order some bagels for no contact home delivery, I guess.
What idea was it to make movies?
Well, I was in film school at NYU at the time. And so it was not, it was one of the things we were always thinking about.
And so I was at NYU for theater, for acting. And so, the assignments every semester, David would have a new assignment, a silent film, a silent
do
short.
A chase movie or something.
And so he was putting me in a lot of his early films.
For over 30 years, you guys have continued to work together in an industry where many partnerships dissolve. What's your formula for keeping your creative chemistry alive for that long?
I would say that we both recognized early on the value of finding people that have a shared sensibility and that have a shared work ethic and a shared kind of just vision for how things should go and are friends. And it's fun to be working together. That's not easy to find all the time. And so the two of us, along with many others in our group, The State, that we were so fortunate to meet at NYU, I think we just realized that's really important. And so to foster those relationships ongoing. And it's been so nice to do that.
how hard was it to get your first movie made? I mean, it's so hard to get a movie made in general,
Very hard.
but the first movie must be like, I can't even imagine.
Well, of
that.
course, it was 25 years ago. For Wet Hot American Summer was my first movie, and it was like a completely different world times 10. But at the time, Michael Showalter and I had written this script, and we found a producer, and then we spent 3 years just looking around for money and looking for investors, and it took us that long to get the tiny amount of money just to shoot it, and it was really hard.
You know, there are very big stars now that were in Wet Hot American Summer. How did you cast it? And did you have any idea that some of these people, when you were making the movie, go like, this person's going to blow up, this person's going to be...
I mean, we thought they were super special. That's why we cast them. But, you know, we didn't know that we were, you know, it was Elizabeth Banks' first movie, Bradley Cooper's first movie. You know, it was early movie for Amy Poehler and,
Janine Garofalo.
Janine Garofalo. Well, Janine Garofalo was a star then. She was part of how we got the financing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Janine Garofalo and David Hyde Pierce were big stars.
I mean, just I mean, he's being sort of humble, but like just when, you know, when we were back there, he was screaming at the top of his lungs, I made Bradley Cooper's career.
Right. Right. I did.
There would be no Leonard Bernstein.
No.
movie
That's right.
If it wasn't for me.
And I got to say, I am so grateful that Bradley Cooper now gives me 10% of all his income, which is so nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I think that's very generous of him.
Take a trip back to 1981 with the special people who made summer camp unforgettable.
You guys aren't supposed to be out of your bunks. You're in trouble.
The camp director.
4 campers are stuck in the ropes course. I meant to tell you about that yesterday. Could you get to it now?
The counselors.
Wait for me, Abby Bernstein. Wait for me, my darling.
How do you guys come up with the ideas for movies? Does one of you have an idea and pitch it to the other, or do you sit down together and just, you know, throw ideas at each other at the wall and go, yeah, maybe not. This is, you know, this has potential, you know.
It's sort of unique. In the case of this movie and in 2 other movies that we've made, we just have a thing that we came up with, which is to meet up with no idea at all and give ourselves 7 giant days and then go from 0 idea to an outline to a script within a week.
So who came up with the idea for this movie, for Gail Daughtry?
Well, that was basically what that was. We just sat together in a room and we're like, what could it be? Let's make a movie about a celebrity pass agreement. And then we just sort of built it from there.
Yeah, basically we treat our 7 days together as a thing where we have to be there, the 2 of us.
Like a workshop?
And we do it for 12 hours a day. We treat it like a work day on a shoot, on a set. And so we meet and we work for 12 hours. There's no compromise to that. And we do that for 7 days straight. And within the first 2 days, we come up with an idea. We have a board of different ideas the first day. We pick that idea the second day. We outline it the second day. And then we write 20 pages a day until we're done on day 7. And then we have we print it out. We both have a script that we can hold of a first draft. And then we spend years and years kind of reworking it, but
unless somebody lets us make it.
Unless somebody lets us make it like the 10.
Yeah.
But the idea of having a first draft of something is super important to us because then we feel like we have the bones of something. Even if 90% of it doesn't make it to the final thing, we have something to work off of.
Cast in this movie is star-studded. I'm going to go through this. I mean, you got Zoe Deutsch, John Slattery, John Hamm, Jennifer Aniston, Richard Kind, Paul Rudd, Elizabeth Banks, Henry Winkler, Weird Al Yankovic, and I'm not even. I could go. I can go for another 10 people.
That sounds like a lot of celebrities.
I know you worked with a lot of these people before, in other movies, but how did you get them all to agree to do this?
I mean, really, but the majority of them we just asked, and most, it was a low budget movie, relatively speaking, and very fast. So most of the people that you just mentioned, we said, can you come on any day for an hour, and we'll make it work, one way or another. And then, Zoe Deutsch, as the main star, was somebody that we hadn't worked with before, but we're big fans of, and she responded to the material, and we met with her, and she was and continues to be just such an incredible center of the movie.
Can I help you?
Hi, we're here to see John Hamm.
Do you have an appointment?
No, but I'm John
Slattery. Yeah, I know.
There it is.
What's up, man?
Hi.
Respect to the work, bro. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you,
Nice to
man.
meet
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a good day.
Wait.
No, wait, come back.
Wait. Ow! 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 Move out the way! Ow! 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 Flat man! Hey, John Hamm! Ow!
Did you write the paparazzi guy? Did you write that for yourself, or did you just write it and then it's like, I think I'll play that part? Was that an afterthought?
I think it's an afterthought. I think, we try to write just characters that we think are funny. And then the way we write, because we write together in the room at the same time, he'll be voicing a character. I'll be, we act out stuff. And that character sort of became a character that was very much in my voice, I think.
I might be mistaken. I don't think you've ever worked with John Hamm before either.
We actually did. He had a very small part in our movie, The 10.
See, I don't even remember him. And I told you I love The 10. I don't.
He's right in the beginning, and it's before he did Mad Men. So we were like, John, come over and do it. And he said like one line.
His one line is on the plane with Adam Brody.
He says, I did it as a goof or something.
But he also had a more pivotal role on the Wet Hot American Summer first day of camp and the Wet Hot American Summer 10 years later. And he also was on our show Children's Hospital. He was the sort of the alter ego of one of the main characters.
I remember in the 90s when, you used to go out and test for, like there was a pilot season and you would audition and you would go in these rooms with all these other actors. That's how I met John. I would always see John in the room where we were trying to get a gig that
At the time, he was the poor man's Ken Marino.
Yeah, right. We we would always be up for similar parts, and then so we would always talk to each other in the room, the waiting room.
Bring in the guys with the hair.
With such a big cast, what's the atmosphere like on a Ken Marino, David Wain set? I mean, is it a fun time, and do you allow for these actors to do different takes where they could improvise stuff, or it's basically stick to the script? Or
it is really important for me and for us, I think, to have the joy that we want the audience to have to exist on the set, because I felt like from moment one when I first saw these guys performing at NYU that when it looks like they're having fun and they're being inclusive about it, then the audience has fun.
It's infectious.
And so we try to, and try to keep in mind, we're not solving cancer here. We're just making a fun movie and to have fun on set. At the same time, we do work extremely hard and we're very thoughtful and very deliberate about what we're doing. And we do have improv and stuff, but we also have a really solid plan.
Are there any movie ideas that you want to do or have wanted to do that you haven't done because it's just too out there?
I would say a year ago, we would have said Gail Daughtry in the Celebrity Sex for sure. I mean, for years, we had this script actually. And
really? When did you write this?
We wrote it about 10 years ago.
No kidding.
Originally.
The first writing session was 10 years ago.
It's a great premise.
And then we were like trying to figure it out. Then we like broke off and we're like, maybe we do it like, then there was this wave of like storytelling on podcasts, like narratives of 10 episodes of something. We're like, do we make Gail Daughtry like a radio show? Like, I mean, we were all over the place with it.
And then what actually happened is we did a stage reading of it kind of just for fun at a comedy festival in San Francisco. And that reignited just the reaction we got. We were like, we got to get this made.
When you make it a movie, there's no live audience. You could sit and write it and go, this is funny, And you're doing multiple takes on a movie. And the crew can't react. They can't laugh out loud, So how do you know when you got the right take, or how do you know, do you really not know if it's going to work or not until you actually see it with a live audience?
I don't think you know for sure, but I think that definitely comes with experience. I think we've done this a lot now, and we together and, apart have a sense for, oh, okay, that seems to work. That makes me laugh. Because the barometer always from writing all the way through the end of post-production is, are we liking it? And then everything else is secondary, getting notes and reaction.
Yeah. And to that point, I think it has always been this way since we were in the State. We never were trying to do something that we're like, we're going to try to make you laugh. We were trying to make each other laugh. And then we hoped that there were like-minded people who would vibe with the same thing that we're vibing with. So like when you're on set, I would say majority of the time, when you see something that's funny, and the camera catches it, you know that that's probably going to be the take because it just felt funny. It just felt right. Like it was funny. You know, when you see something funny, it's funny. And sometimes sometimes when you go into edit, you're like, oh, the camera bumped there, or it wasn't the right
or
angle,
it doesn't play the way you thought.
play, but more times than not, when you feel that it's right on set, when you feel like you got it, you usually have it. And then you go back and you rework it and massage it, but it's usually there.
What's your favorite part of the process? Writing it or actually being on the set directing it or acting in it, working with the cast, editing it, both of you, what is your favorite part of the process?
I mean, for me, each one has values, wonderful value. And so they're fun for different reasons. Like getting to create something from scratch with David and doing that exercise and then reworking it works a creative muscle that is so exciting. And because you're creating this thing that didn't exist and now it exists, so that in unto itself is exciting. Then getting an opportunity to shoot that movie, which, the hoops you have to jump through, and finding somebody who's like, oh, we'll give you money and we're excited about this thing. Shooting it is its own, a joyful experience because you're creating and working with new people and it's exciting and you're working up against the clock and you're trying to get, all these things in throughout the day. And then editing is its own, another just wonderful moment because now you have all these pieces and you're trying to rework it. And so they're all wonderful.
David?
I mean, my answer is similar. I like the fact that as soon as you're almost can't stand doing the one thing, it's time to shift to the next. And I really I feel very lucky that I have a chance to work in all phases of a project instead of just one. And I love being on set where there's 100 people and there's a lot of, it's very intense and so much going on. And then I love just being in a room with 2 or 3 people just focused, in a much more comfortable, simple atmosphere. I like the variety.
It's almost like you need that after you are shooting for so long. You're like, and once that ends, to be in a room and it's a little bit more controlled and now you're working the pieces and everybody gave you their little gifts of whatever they did on film.
I mean, there's a lot of crew people though that just go from shoot to shoot to shoot. And I don't think I physically could handle that.
Is it harder to get big screen comedies to be made? I mean, used to be a Judd Apatow movie and this like with tons of movies. And your movies, I would look, oh great, and a new movie from you guys. And it's like
theatrical feature comedies definitely went out of fashion.
Yeah,
and
why?
There's a thought that maybe they're coming back a little bit. Hopefully, we're part of that. We'll see.
I don't know. I hope so.
Well, we'd like to think it is.
I hope so. I mean,
how about a little optimism?
So, are you guys bummed out that most people are going to watch your film either streaming, and some of them are going to watch it like on a phone? I have a friend of mine who watches movies on a phone, and I'm thinking, like David Lean making like Lawrence of Arabia, that whole desert scene, watching this on an iPhone,
Although he had wanted the studio to let him make it vertical, but they told him no, it has to be
wide.
Cinema.
Yeah, well,
he's going to make it very vertical.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of in a comedy film, especially.
Yeah.
I like watching a comedy film with an audience.
Of course,
laughter is infectious.
Of course,
it just adds to the whole.
Our movie is day and night. I mean, to see it we've had screenings at festivals and so forth, and it's just so gratifying and and everyone has a great time. So yeah, of course, I wish they could all see it in theaters like the old days. But that said, I'm glad. I'd rather people watch it on the phone than not watch it. But obviously, we're thrilled. We are getting a fairly decent theatrical release for a movie this size, and we are
fought for that.
Yeah, we fought for it. We prioritized it in picking what distributor to go with, and I think, it's a very high priority for it to be in theaters.
I am a big fan of your movie, The 10, and I think I'm even on the DVD box. I was trying to champion the film.
Thank you for that.
And it just didn't perform well at the box office. And why? What? Because it's so great. And how disappointing is it when you've made a really terrific film and people don't come out to see it?
I love The 10 also. Thank you for saying that. And I think intrinsically it's a low budget film that's 10 different stories,
loosely based on
each one
of the 10 Commandments.
And it has a great huge cast, and I think it's super funny. But it's not like so surprising to me that it wasn't a big hit, just because
pretty subversive.
It's somewhat out there, and it's.
I like that.
I do too. No,
we do too.
Yeah.
But it's not for everybody.
Definitely not for everybody. And there's probably at least one of the 10 in there that'll turn everybody off, but, so.
Is it disappointing?
I mean, it's always a little disappointing, but to me, I feel so lucky to be able to make a movie and then for it to come out in a way that I like is the greatest thing. And then if everyone else discovers it, that's also great, but that's not the point necessarily.
I also love Wanderlust. How hard was it to get Jennifer Aniston, who was a huge star at the time? And I don't know if you worked with her before, but to get her to sign on and star in the movie.
Yeah, we had not worked with her before, but Paul had worked with her in the movie Object of My Affection, Paul Rudd. And we had first asked Paul to jump on, and he was like, maybe we all together, the three of us were like, maybe we should ask Jennifer Aniston.
I just remember him being like, yeah, Jen and I have been talking about doing something together. Like, it's such a Hollywood thing. Like, yeah, Jen and I were talking about doing something together. Maybe this would be a good project for it. And we're like, yeah, call up Jen.
And it was surprising, she read it and thought it was funny, and we met with her, and she jumped on board.
Most wonderful, coolest person you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to young comedy writers and directors starting out? If you have any at all, maybe you'll tell them, don't do it. It's too, go into accounting or something.
Well, what's nice, it's harder to get distribution for like a movie, but it's much easier. The means of production are 1,000,000 times easier than it was when we were younger. And so the fact that you have a chance, anybody has a camera in their pocket, and that's basically all you need.
And you can edit it on your phone.
You can start making content right now and get it out there. And I do feel like the people who have the goods get seen eventually, because you can just keep posting and you find your audience. That said, I know obviously it's not as easier said than done sometimes, and it is tough, and there's no single answer. And if there was, people would do it.
Yeah.
So you guys are in a band, middle-aged dad jam band, and you're touring.
Yes.
How did that come about, and how's that going? And do you have a decent following?
Well, for what it is, we have a shockingly decent following, because it really was truly a bunch of middle-aged dads
playing covers from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, which we like to think of as all the decades.
In the garage, and we just were playing for fun. We were actually a combo of some real musicians and people like me and Ken that were kind of just playing along. And we started making videos on YouTube, and we started playing little shows. And now we're touring a lot and having a great time with it and growing popularity. We're doing a tour of East Coast dates in July.
Is it original stuff too, or just covers, or both?
We are straight up doing. We don't presume to be able to write songs better than the great American and British.
Can you name a couple of the songs that you do?
Sure, we do "Who Are You" by The Who. We do "Born to Run" by Bruce Springsteen. We do "How Sweet It Is," the James Taylor version.
Yeah.
We do Domino. We
do tons of Billy Joel.
We do a bunch of Billy Joel. In fact, we have a break-off group, same group of people, but we do the tribute band, the Middle-Aged Dad Joel Band.
But it's basically just a wide variety of popular music from 60s and 70s and 80s that is a combination of what he likes, what I like, and we all like, and just...
Is it fun? Isn't it? You enjoy it?
It's a lot of fun. We do like little comedy bits in between.
Oh, great.
We show clips of stuff we've done together. We
sometimes have celebrity guest stars, and our videos we have, with people like Kristen Bell, and it's really fun.
And but we take the music very seriously, and we have professional musicians in our band that make it sound fantastic, and we do our best to keep up.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that, like Jesse's girl?
Let me give you the guitar, and you can play us out over the credits, okay?
Perfect.
The painless enough for you?
Fantastic.
It's great. You're awesome.
Wonderful.
Here's my own personal Taylor guitar. So here's David Wain playing us out over the credits, and catch the new movie, Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass.
Add it up. Add it up. Yeah. Why can't I get just one kiss? Why can't I get just one kiss? Believe me, I know I wouldn't miss, but I look at your hands and I need a kiss. Why can't I get just one kiss? Why can't I get just one kiss? Believe me, I know what to do, but something won't let me make love to you. Here we go. Day after day, I get angry and I will sing.
You're good. That was good, man.